You don't attract emotionally unavailable people. You're just the only one who stays. Everyone else sees the red flags and walks away. You see them and call them potential. And in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why you keep choosing people who can't fully meet you. This isn't about bad luck. It's about what unavailability protects you from, and why being chosen terrifies you more than being rejected. You meet someone, and there's something about them that feels magnetic. They're charming, interesting, just unavailable enough to be a challenge. Maybe they're fresh out of a relationship. Maybe they're emotionally guarded. Maybe they're physically distant. And here's what you do. You don't see this as a red flag. You see it as a green light. Because available love feels boring. Safe feels like settling. Consistency feels like a trap. So you choose the person who keeps you guessing. The one who's almost there but never quite. And you tell yourself, if I'm patient enough, they'll finally choose me. But you're not unlucky in love. You're attracted to people who can't fully meet you because being fully met terrifies you. Psychologically, this is called repetition compulsion. You're not drawn to unavailability because you don't know better. You're repeating a pattern from your past. Somewhere, love came with conditions. Maybe a parent was emotionally absent. Maybe affection was unpredictable. Maybe you learned that love is something you chase, not something you receive. So your brain wired this in. Distance is normal. Inconsistency is familiar. Earning love is how love works. And now, when someone shows up consistently, your nervous system doesn't recognize it as love. It recognizes it as wrong. But here's what most people miss. You don't just prefer unavailable people. You use them as a shield. Because if they can't fully show up, you don't have to either. Their distance protects you from your own. Think about it. If you're with someone who's emotionally unavailable, you never have to risk being fully seen. You never have to be vulnerable. You never have to face the terrifying question, what if someone sees all of me and still doesn't want me? As long as you're chasing someone unavailable, you get to stay safe. Because their rejection isn't really about you. It's about their capacity, their walls, their issues. But if you were with someone who was fully available, and they still chose to leave, that would mean something different. That would mean you, as you actually are, weren't enough. And that's the rejection you can't handle. So you choose people who can't choose you, because it means you never have to fully choose them or yourself. Every time someone stable shows up, someone kind, consistent, emotionally available, you find a reason they're not enough. Too boring, too predictable, too available. But the real reason is simpler. They're asking you to be available back, and you're not ready for that. And here's the cost. You're pouring all your energy into someone who's half present, analyzing their texts, decoding their mixed signals, wondering if you're too much or not enough. Meanwhile, your life is on hold. Your goals are waiting. Your potential is deferred. All because you're trying to earn love from someone who isn't capable of giving it. And the cruelest part? You resent them for not choosing you. But you chose them knowing they couldn't. You saw the signs. You ignored them. You called it hope. But it wasn't hope. It was self-protection. Because as long as you're chasing someone unavailable, you don't have to face the scarier option, being with someone who actually wants you. So here's what changes. You stop mistaking anxiety for attraction. That I need to prove myself feeling? That's not love. That's your nervous system recognizing familiar pain. Real attraction doesn't feel like anxiety. It feels like ease. You get curious about what you're avoiding. Ask yourself, what does this person's unavailability protect me from? If they were fully available, what would I have to risk? And then, the hardest part, you practice staying. The next time someone shows up consistently, notice when you want to run. Notice when you start looking for problems, and instead of running, stay. Even though it feels uncomfortable, even though it feels too easy. Because unfamiliar isn't the same as unsafe. Calm isn't the same as boring. Available isn't the same as desperate. And someone choosing you consistently isn't a trap. It's what love actually looks like. One day, you're going to meet someone who's ready, someone who's available, present, and actually wants you. And your first instinct will be to run. Your anxiety will disguise itself as intuition. It'll say, "This feels wrong." But the truth is, it just feels unfamiliar. And you've spent so long in familiar pain that actual love feels dangerous. But here's what you need to understand. The people who are unavailable, they're not going to suddenly become available because you love them hard enough. They're going to stay exactly as they are, and you're going to keep exhausting yourself trying to earn what should be freely given. So the next time you feel that pull towards someone unavailable, ask yourself, am I choosing them because they're right for me, or because they're safe from me? The question isn't whether they'll choose you. It's whether you'll stop choosing people who never will. If this hit home, you're not alone. Subscribe for psychology that won't let you hide from yourself. New videos every Tuesday and Saturday. And if you want the short version to send to someone who needs this, link is in the description. See you in the next one.